sold me a dream of Christmas. They sold me a silent night. And they told me a fairy story till I believed in the Israelites. And I believed in Father Christmas and looked at the sky with excited eyes. So I woke really all in the first light of dawn, and I saw him run through his disguise.
Met a strange man, he made me nervous. He said dodgy very hot. Got done for speeding by old laptop. He said, don't make this a habit, 'cause you were going like a rabbit. And I said, I come from the land down under, where rabbits sleep and all my slumber. When you hear the thunder, you better run, you better take cover.
Dig another one where no one will notice.
And just now would we do that?
Now, why don't you and I take a little walk down to the jetty? I've just had a great idea. Blimey, a talking rabbit.
The Queen of Hearts, she made some tarts, all on a summer's day. The knave of hearts, he stole those tarts and took them clean away. The angry queen did shake her fist. I'll have his blood, she said, and got her knickers in a twist, then took herself to bed.
I saw 3 ships come sailing in on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day. I saw 3 ships come sailing in on Christmas Day in the morning. And what was in the ships so free on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day? And what was in the ships so free on Christmas Day in the morning? Our Saviour Christ and His Lady on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day. Our Saviour Christ and His Lady on Christmas Day in the morning. With us they let the ships so free on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day. With us they let the ships so free on Christmas Day in the morning. They sail out to Bethlehem on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day. They sail out to Bethlehem on Christmas Day in the morning. And all the bells on earth shall ring on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day. And all the bells on earth shall ring on Christmas Day in the morning. And all the angels in heaven shall sing on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day. And all the angels in heaven shall sing on Christmas Day in the morning. And all the souls on earth shall sing on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day. And all the souls on earth shall sing on Christmas Day in the morning. Then let us all rejoice and sing on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day. Then let us all rejoice and sing on Christmas Day in the morning.
Oh, do! It's almost as juicy as Mr. Dippo's blog.
Very well. Here's one from Mr. Trout. The President, his patience spent, called for a round of cuts. He said, how can I represent with this mixed bag of nuts? Some of them think black is white, and some think white is black. The only way to get it right is give them all the sack.
I think Mr. Trout's doing a wonderful job. Me too. And he is so attractive for an older man. And he was so in charge when Prince Charles and Cruella came over, making them bow to him like that. He gave her crabs.
I think you'll find it was lobsters.
I knew it was something a girl in every port.
And a port in every girl, by all accounts. I'm sure that's not the case. Now, he's a respectable politician and a first lady.
I wonder what Mrs. Trout's going to get in her Christmas stockings this year.
Mr. Trout, I expect. Marina, I think it's time to go. I think you'd better pop downstairs and check the lights left on for Father. We don't want him walking into the wrong house on his way home from the pub.
Yes, Alice. Oh no, I don't think Mrs. Marshall minded having him for a week. If her husband hadn't come back from that business trip, well, he'd still be there.
Poor Father. I don't think he's been quite the same since he lost dear Mamma.
I know, but a bet is a bet. Does seem very happy with Mr. Nardler.
I suppose so. And at least we have you, dear, wise, old Alice, to keep us on the straight and narrow.
I think you better go and brush your teeth. Santa kisses you tonight and might smell the backy.
All right, Alice. Now, where did I put them? Ah, here they are. That's right, that's it.
Curious. Who could that be at this hour? Surely Squeaky Allen's locked off by now.
I say, anybody there?
Hello? If you've come for the TRP, I've spent it all on Christmas presents. Try next door, they're Buddhists.
Could I possibly come in? I've had a bit of an ordeal and I need to warm up.
I don't know who you are. Do you have any ID?
I'm afraid not. But I do have a couple of tarts who'll vouch for me.
Well, that's not a very good recommendation. Dubious source.
They might be a bit soggy, but they are from the Queen. And nobody makes tarts like the Queen of Hearts.
Christmas presents, why didn't you say? You'd better come in quick, before you freeze to death. Ugh, why are you so wet and covered in grit?
My usual route from Blunderland was blocked. I took an alternative route, and I emerged under some jetty.
You mean you popped out of the wrong hole?
That's what my father always says. But yes, that's why I'm freezing. And I'm covered in shingle.
Ugh. Well, surely Santa wouldn't just leave you.
Santa?
Oh yes, Santa Claus, Father Christmas, Ralph Burridge.
Are they like a boy band?
You are one of his helpers, aren't you?
Well, in Blunderland, I'm just a knave.
I'm sure you're not so bad.
I'm the knave of hearts. Well, I stole some tarts, and now I'm on the run. But the Queen of Hearts, who made those tarts, she'll shoot me with a gun.
And I thought you were one of his elves.
An elf? Surely you don't believe in elves?
Yes.
My friend, the White Rabbit, says people who believe in elves are likely to believe in anything.
Your friend, the talking white rabbit.
Oh, you've heard of him?
Yes, yes. We met once. It was at a flying pig rally. There was a blue moon, and Mike Prowse brought around a drink.
Now you're pulling my leg. Mike Price, buy a round of drink.
How did he get in here?
Piece of cake.
Under false pretenses, I thought he was one of Santa's elves. But it turns out he comes from somewhere called Blunderland.
It's true, I can prove it.
What was that?
It sounds like Father does when he's at Mrs. Cotterell's. She must know lots of very good jokes.
No, it's worse than that. It was a Cheshire cat. Oh, he's on my tail and I'm not even a mouse. Oh, I've got to get out of here.
You're not going anywhere without me. Edith, I'm leaving you in charge. Look after Lorena and Father, and I'll be back before social services notices anything is missed.
princess and gentleman arrived from Rome. She got the dress and I stayed home. All kinds of weather, we stick together, the same in the rain and sun. Two different faces, but in tight places, we think and we act as one. Those who've seen us know that nothing could come between us. Many men have tried to split us up, but no one can. Lord help the mister who comes between me and my sister. Lord help the sister who comes between me and my mother.
The King of Hearts called for his tarts. He fancied a quick nibble. Perhaps with crumpet on the side, he thought, and had to giggle. The Queen arrived and told the King the knave had gone and beat it, but vowed upon her wedding ring he'd have his cake and eat it.
Perhaps sire could be tempted with a cream puff.
What's your name, lackey?
Yes, sire.
I beg your pardon.
Oh, that is my name, sire. Lucky Minion. Lucky Minion at your service.
Stand a bit closer, will you, lackey minion?
Oh.
There! What do you think about that?
I think it is a great honour to be having lunch with the king himself.
Except, I'm not eating anything. You don't have any tots, do you?
Oh, I do have some donuts from your bread shop. How Glenn makes every all the same size is a secret. It's a secret he will take to the grave. No wonder he is known as a master baker.
Turn around and bend over, lackey. There. Who wants to be a minion, eh?
I don't! Oh, thank heavens you've arrived. I'm down to me muffins and God only knows where he's going to stuff those.
Any news of my tarts?
The Cheshire Cat is in hot pursuit.
He'll be in hot water if I don't get my tarts.
We have used him before, don't forget. That incident with the Hatter.
Yes, that was different.
Begging your Majesty's pardon, and at the risk of having a rock cake for pudding, why don't you simply bake some more? Bake some more? Are you mad? Well, as long as the answer doesn't involve the forceful application of confectionery above my person.
Impertinent, lackey. Let me show you what we do with servants who are cheeky around here. Pass me one of those cream horns, will you, mate?
Let me handle this, Mr. King. Do you have any idea what goes into one of my tarts, lackey? Why don't you tell us all before we all get to the next certificate?
Don't tell them about the jam.
Oh, don't worry, I won't. Oh, what about the jam?
Well, it's got a secret ingredient. Oh, don't tell them about the secret ingredient.
Don't worry, I will. What about the secret ingredient?
Oh, it's a special berry. It only grows by the lights of a blue moon. Flying pigs have a particular fondness for it. Don't tell them what it's called.
Don't worry, I will. What's it called?
Well, it's called a lunar berry, and it has magical properties. Don't tell them about the magical properties.
Don't worry, I won't. And you would be wise not to ask. What's that white stuff all over your face? Your husband did it.
Surprisingly, all the good cakes seem to have gone.
Not to worry. I think I can rustle you up some donuts. I might even be able to warm them up for you.
Hey, Mr. Churchill comes over here to say we're too splendid. But it's very cold out here in the snow, marching to and from the enemy. Oh, I say, stop, I have had enough. Can you stop the cavalry? Centuries. That is when I say, oh yes, yes again, can you stop the cavalry? Mary Bradley waits us home in the nuclear fallout zone. Wish I could be dancing now in the arms of the girl I love. Dubby-dubby-dum-dum, dubby-dubby-dum, dubby-dum-dum, dubby-dum, dubby-dubby-dum, 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 dubby-dum-dum, dubby-dum.
It's all so quiet. It's all so still. There's alone and so peaceful until
you fall in love.
To die till it's over, and then it's nice and quiet. But soon again starts another big riot.
You blow a fuse.
It's no good. I've heard of 40 winks, Mark Chair, but she's completely out for the count.
It's been 3 months. She's never been like this before, not even after a people's meeting.
Archie, let that be a lesson unto you. That's what a night out with Gordon Hopewell will do to you.
I say, Mr. Asser,
What do you say?
why is a drum solo like a racehorse?
Oh, I don't know. Why is a drum solo like a racehorse?
Because you're both knackered when you're finished.
Who's there?
Who's where?
Who's where who?
I didn't swear.
Oh, your better ones, Marchie. Is it time for tea?
It's always time for tea. Everything stops for it, Mr. Atta.
Well, in that case, we better have some. Shall I be, Mother?
Why not? It is Alderney after all. Come on, Auntie.
I'm afraid there is not any cake to be had. The lackey from the palace came and bought up every single one of them.
The greedy man. It'll go straight to our associates.
Here's one for you, chair. Riddle me this. Why is the raven like a writing desk?
Oh, Mr. Atta, I told you before, I haven't the foggiest. Go on, why is a raven like a writing desk?
Well, it's because... it's because a raven is like a writing desk because...
Don't fret yourself, Mr. Atta, don't fret yourself.
Hello.
Hello?
Oh, wow. What a remarkable place. I thought you were pulling my leg when we jumped into the harbour.
I was pulling your leg. You were standing on my head.
And then we fell for what seemed like hours.
Seemed longer from me. Do you ever stop murphating?
Murphating?
It's what we say in Blunderland when someone whitters on incessantly. After a knave who disappeared many years ago.
A knave like you?
Oh no, he was just a knave. Oh, I do beg your pardon.
Oh, another talking rabbit.
Oh, I do beg your pardon.
Why, have you been eating curry? My father always says that after he's murdered an Indian.
I'm not a white rabbit. I'm the March hare.
Oh, really not your month, is it? I'm Alice.
Ooh, I knew a girl called Alice. She lived up in the palace. Her father had a castle. He really was
This gentleman is there.
How do you do?
How do I do it?
And our second president is the dormouse.
Is he dead?
Oh, to the world, dear, to the world. We're taking tea. Would you care to join us? I see you brought your own little tart.
These aren't mine. These belong to my friend, the knave. Where did he go?
Oh, it matters not. Place your tarts and part your buns.
Very well. But it can't be like a public works tea break. Only have a couple of hours.
It works. They like their tea.
They like a nice cup of tea after breakfast, just to start the day, you see.
And at 11:30, well, their idea of heaven is a nice cup of tea.
They like a nice cup of tea after dinner,
They like a nice cup of tea around 3.
and before it's time for home, they get thirsty and they groan for a nice cup of tea. This is a little beverage that we usually have before bedtime. It's called Eve's Tetley.
It's very calming. Just ask the dormouse. Now, I'll second thoughts.
Delicious. May I have a sandwich?
Oh, yes! We have Parma ham. We have Serrano ham. We have Milano ham.
Oh, that's an awful lot of ham.
But it's that kind of Panto. How do you like your tea? With or without?
With or without what?
Well, we go without tea, of course. What else would you have?
Some people take it with lemon, but I prefer mine with milk and sugar.
Ugh, tea with lemon. I would sooner eat my own cat than have tea with lemon.
As I recall, you ate your own hat only yesterday, Mr. Atta.
No, I did. But it was a pork pie hat. And then we had strawberries and cream.
Do you know any riddles?
Oh, my father asked me one just the other day, but I'm not sure I understood it.
Oh, go on, do tell.
How is a states committee like an
elephant.
They're both very thick-skinned.
They both like to blow their own trumpet.
They're partial to nuts.
Shall I tell you?
Yes.
All right. They both have a tendency from a great height to
I told you everything! 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 Leave me alone! I told you everything!
The knave of hearts is found at last. Alas, the tarts are missing. The queen of hearts, she came apart with all her reminiscing. And driven mad, she beat the lad and chased him round the palace until he broke and finally spoke one name, and that was Alice.
We're busy doing nothing, working the whole day through, trying to find lots of things not to do. We're busy doing nothing, isn't it just a crime? We like to be unhappy, but we never do have the time. We have to watch the river to see that it doesn't stop,
And stick around the rosebuds so they'll know when to pop.
and keep the locals cheerful, they're really a solemn bunch. Hustle, bustle, and only an hour for lunch. Doing nothing, working the whole day through, trying to find lots of things not to do. We're busy going nowhere, isn't it just a crime? We like to be unhappy, but we never do have the time.
Here, number 5. Do me a favour and wipe my nose, would you?
My pleasure, number 3.
Oh, yes. That's much better, number 5.
You know, with a nose that colour, you could become a member of the Alderney Sailing Club. Now, I seem to have a little something on my chin, number 3. I wonder if you might return the favour.
It's nice that we have each other to help with these little wipe-ups, number 5.
Yes, it certainly is. Unless, of course, I'll start with number 2, of course.
Halt! Who goes there?
'Tis I, the White Rabbit.
Hey, the White Rabbit who?
Hey, it's not a knock-knock joke. I am the White Rabbit. Now let me pass. I have important business to deal with at the palace.
But how do we know that you're the White Rabbit?
Oh, yeah, good question. How do we know? What was the question again?
How do you know that I am the White Rabbit?
Oh, that's an easy one. What else is white? Has big teeth, huge ears, and bulging red eyes.
Apart from Buzzley.
The White Rabbit?
Well, you certainly answer the description. And you don't smell too fishy. What is your business at the palace?
That is a confidential matter. I might as well ask you what your business is.
Anyway, that's another easy one. We are the palace guards.
Don't you mean guards?
We're that too. We're very flexible.
Yes, we can multitask. Just like a couple of girls we are, aren't we, Vera?
Too right, Marge.
I see. So why were you painting the white roses red?
By order of Her Majesty the Queen, she had a change of heart over the colour.
She did the same thing last year with the cucumbers. Made us paint them fuchsia, as I recall.
Oh, I see. And did that make her happy?
Apparently she was tickled pink by all accounts.
Well, I can't stand around here talking about the Queen's strange taste in cucumbers.
They were very strange tasting. I told her to use food dye, but no, she would insist on vinyl macular. And that doesn't work with your traditional French dressing.
Oh, hello. Would this be the palace of the King and Queen of Hearts?
And who wants to know?
Well, since I asked the question, that would be me.
And who is me?
Me? In your case, would be you.
So, is this the palace of the King and Queen of Hearts?
It is.
Thank you. Is it possible to get a straight answer in this place?
Not with 2 cards here.
The straight answer, you would need the 4 as well, but it's his day off.
May I see the King and Queen?
You may. Their next public appearance is on February the 30th. Bring a camera.
But I can't wait that long. I have to rescue the knave. He's been arrested.
The Knave of Hearts? Who stole the tarts?
Yes.
So, you admit you're an accomplice, eh? Gosh, you two are a right pair of tarts knickers.
No, he came to me for help.
Aiding and abetting. The Gambling Commission will want to know about this. Better get the manacles out, number 5.
Well, I would do, but they're in my pocket. I wonder if you might do the honours, number 3.
Go on.
Actually, those aren't my manacles.
One and one then will the work be done. Help them to learn songs of joy instead of burn, baby burn, baby burn. Let us show them how to play the pipes of peace. Play the pipes of peace. Help me to learn songs of joy instead of burn, baby burn, baby burn. Won't you show me how to play the pipes of peace? Play the pipes of peace.
Oh, you sliced it, you Marge. It's landed me in a bit of wrath over there.
That is no way to talk about Sam Osborne, Lucky.
Oh, may I recommend a rollie for this shot, sire? You are shooting into the wind after all.
Watch out, I'm after a hole in one.
You get all in boats standing like that.
Ah! Damn and blast it, Lucky. You should have used something with a wooden head. Where's my artillery?
I'm having it shafted for you, sire. Perhaps the Birmingham?
This Lucky, the Birmingham's just a waste of balls. Give me a tugby any day.
A tugby just leaves huge divots everywhere. Why don't you try a beamer? You'll be in the hole in record time.
I came as soon as I could, your majesties. If the knave is to be interrogated, then I am no man. There's nothing makes them squeal like the rabbit.
The knave has already confessed to the deed, so your services are no longer required.
But I bought my instruments of torture. Look. This one.
Yeah.
It's got evidence. Rather than dig them out until I beg for mercy. And this one. It's good for the eyes. Up and out. What's this one do? That is my lunch.
He'll be tried this afternoon and sentenced immediately thereafter.
Oh, with his head.
Ah, you wish that you put me off my stroke. You think you may rub me out.
Oh, there we are, sir. There we are. There's no need to get all Frank-itchy about it. Pleasant thought.
I'm very sorry, sir, but I'm sure you'll have other strokes. Don't I know you two from somewhere? Who is this impertinent child? And how did she get past security? UCP will be hearing about this. Off with their heads!
What is your business here? I mean, have you come to play around?
Oh, I should hope not. My father will kill me. A round of golf, my dear. The king never misses an opportunity to practice his 10-fingered whip.
Yesterday, I had a birdie on the first, an eagle on the second, and an albatross on the ninth.
You can stuck in Avery with that lot. And I had a blue tit on the third.
I should have worn you a thermite. waters.
What do I have to do?
Oh, to play? Well, first of all, you have to join. Fill out an application form.
And you'll need a proposer. Do you know anyone who is already a member?
Well, I'm acquainted with you, and I do feel I know you from somewhere. Couldn't you propose?
Too late. I'm already taken.
Then I'll propose. You don't have a criminal record, do you?
It isn't essential, but it can't hurt.
I'm afraid not.
Don't worry, you soon will. There's no bigger bunch of lies and cheats you'll find inside a golf club.
Unless it's a school of fishermen. They aren't known as anglers for nothing. Take my word, child, never play a wound with a fisherman. Not even if he tells you it's this big.
But if golfers are dishonest and you play golf, well, doesn't it follow that you're dishonest too?
Yes, but dear.
Well, we are the rulers that prove the exception.
Inquisitive child, we are royalty, and so's the wife. And who ever heard of royalty being liars, cheats, or being unfaithful?
Don't tax the child's mind, Mr. King. That's Kelsey's job. Sit down over there, child. Put your name on the bottom there. And Uncle Bob's your mother's brother. Unless you live in Sark, of course.
But it's just a blank sheet of paper.
Oh, don't worry, we'll fill out the relevant details later. Oh, Alice. That's a pretty name.
Alice? That name sounds familiar to me. Surely you mean Alex?
No, it's Alice.
I'm sure it's not Alex. Unlike that other child what is being hunted all over the kingdom who goes by that other name.
As sure as I can be. Do you need a hanky?
The name mentions something about a girl called Alice. The girl who has the tarts. The knave would have said anything under duress. She was having her bottom spanked by your majesty after all.
Well, that was and is me. Minus the tarts, I'm afraid.
Seize that girl immediately. I said, seize that girl immediately.
Somebody! Anybody! Laptop!
Send for the captain of the guard. Send for the captain of the guard. Send for the captain of the guards.
This is worse than waiting for some children's ambulance to
You rang my queen.
Several hours ago. What kept you?
I was catching up on some paperwork, you man. How may I service you?
Arrest that girl immediately.
By your command, man.
Why don't you save us all a lot of discomfort and carrots? By telling us where the tarts are.
I lost them. How do you lose a dozen tarts?
run into the men's room.
I was at a party in the wood and there was this horrendous noise and a big face in the sky.
Hey, that was probably Joey.
What happened then?
Well, the hatter fell to his knees with fear. The March hare went to his aid and I was so frightened I just ran.
And the tarts?
I left them.
You did what?
Are you telling me that my tarts are in the hands of a hairbrain and a blithering hatter?
Well, I was trying to bring them back to you, but in all the confusion,
I don't think you realise what you've done. Take her away.
I was trying to bring them back to you.
And to think she was almost a member of the golf club.
They let anyone join these days. What will you do with her, your majesty?
I
So, Alice, you were taken to a dungeon and imprisoned pending execution?
Yes, the knave was there also. He was quite depressed and had a very sore backside.
Yes, that happens a lot in prison. Especially when you turn your back on a queen.
He told me we were to be beheaded the next day. Mr. Burke would be overseeing the cuts.
This is a plain wish fulfillment fantasy. You feel guilty about your father's condition and need to be punished. In your mind, you turn him into a mad hatter. Did he always have a drinking problem?
Only when he couldn't get one. But what of the knave? He also told me that the hatter had been driven mad by the Cheshire Cat's riddle.
Ah, his obsession with the raven and the writing desk. I'm afraid this is a question which has no answers, yet it stops him from thinking about anything else.
But who is the Cheshire Cat? Why are the tarts so important? It's so confusing.
I saw you there, just standing there, and I thought I was only dreaming, yeah. Dance with me across the sea, and you can feel the motion of 1,000 dreams. Oh, doctor, doctor, I can see you falling, falling. Oh, doctor, doctor, Blunderland is calling. Doctor, doctor, I can see you falling, falling. Oh, doctor, doctor, Blunderland is calling.
Tell me more about the rest of your dream. The prison.
Well, it wasn't like Alderney's prison. There were actually people in it. All sorts of strange creatures you wouldn't think could be understood.
Such as?
A walrus and a fisherman.
What's so unusual about a fisherman that can be understood?
He was a Guernsey fisherman.
I see. What were they in for?
Oyster rustling. They raided the beds of Herne.
I thought that was Guernsey's job.
Well, that's about all I can remember, really. I just found a quiet corner and cried myself to sleep. And when I woke up, I was back at home in my own bed.
So tell me, Alice, what do you think is the significance of this fantastical dream that you have had?
Well, I'm not even sure it was a dream, really. It just seemed so very real at the time.
Yes, our dreams are nothing but our wishes, Alice.
Am I going mad, Dr. Nutter?
No, you're just undergoing a kind of anxiety which is typical of girls in your pantomimic age group. How old are you supposed to be, by the way?
11 years and 6 months.
Oh, that's stretching it a bit.
I know. You say I could easily pass for 13.
The director obviously fancies you.
I can't help feeling I've left something unresolved. I need to go back.
Yes, I agree. But this time, with my help.
What are you going to do?
I'm was Jenny Rowley.
Did you take her back to her childhood?
Don't be silly. It's only got a range of 85 years. Now relax and concentrate on my watch, Mrs. Swings. You're going back. Back to Blunderland.
Back to her future, our young debutante, just like a soldier, goes back to the front. Back to the fantasy, back to the truth, back to the tears and the traumas of youth. What will she find there? What will be lost? What will it profit her? What will it cost? All of these answers are waiting for you. So sit down and shut up, because here comes Act 2.
For the last time, they're supposed to match. If a king is on top of a queen, what do you do? Did the royal bedchamber? No. What are you supposed to say when you see one king on top of another?
That's enough tongue waggling from you two, and put those things away.
What he said?
Oh, this is hopeless. I'm not playing bridge with you anyway. And you can forget hide and seek too.
You're just miffed because I found you.
I was hiding behind my hands. And still it took you half an hour to find me. If I hadn't had to scratch my bum, you'd still be looking.
I think she's waking up. Where am I? It's all right, Alice. Don't be alarmed.
No, don't lose your head. Oops. You're still in jail. Where do you think?
Well, I was dreaming. I was in a doctor's office. She was putting me under with her watch. My mother was under the doctor once. 9 months later, there I was. Is this my dream? Or is this Alderney? This is no dream, Alice. This table, these walls, that pipe-smoking caterpillar is as real as it gets. Rock on. I'd shake your hand. We could be here all night.
I quite understand. I was the king's right-hand man for that very reason.
The caterpillar is here on a pardon. She had dealings with an agent provocateur
Who makes wonder bras to die for.
Are you part of some resistance movement?
Shh! Say those words. Loose lips below raspberries.
I will not have you gossiping in my dungeon.
I will say this only once.
Hey?
I said, oh, never. There is a movement abroad.
Tell me about it. I'll be off to Spain myself if I could sell the flat.
Many of us are not happy with the status quo.
Oh, well, let's be honest. They haven't had a decent record for years.
It all began with the disappearance of the old king and queen about 3 months ago.
The old king and queen, they disappeared.
Well, the current rulers turned up, laying claim to the throne. They had all the relevant documentation. I saw it myself. Everything signed over to them by the old king and queen.
But who are they?
Con artists, probably. They turned up one day to start a golf club. From strength to strength. Look at them now. Even the king was the first to join. And the Cheshire Cat, their chief caddy. And now their chief of police. I expect you've heard his broadcasts.
Known in some quarters as KFM. You never know when he's going to go live.
If only we knew what their source of power is, we could get word to the head of resistance.
But we have to get out of here first. These walls must be at least 2 inches thick. Have you considered a tunnel?
Oh, I should consider it, but I think I prefer my bungalow.
Oh, who goes there?
Only me! Back you, minion! Loyal servant to the king and queen!
Stay at business, Lynn, and be quick. I have to leave the babysitter.
I have come for the prisoner known as Alice. She has been granted a royal pardon.
A royal pardon? Nobody gets one of those unless the king blows off.
I see that the prisoner known as Alice is to be let off the hook and sent on her way. By order of us, the unsigned King and Queen of Hearts. That all seems to be in order.
You mean I can go? I don't understand.
Never mind, I'll explain on the way. Come on.
You mentioned something about the leader of the resistance. Who is he? Where can I find him?
Talk to the lackey. She's one of us. And Alice will need to find the head.
Well, I've just been.
Just say those words. She'll know what to do. And Alice, good luck. All our hopes and dreams depend on you.
Shall we try pricking him again?
We've pricked him, we've punched him, we've set light to his bed, we've even tried a Colombian espresso enema.
Ooh, talk about getting perfect up.
I think we need a doctor.
Which doctor?
No, not which doctor. Cooper.
Well, make up your mind. Do you want a doctor or a cooper?
that case, we'd better have two. Then she'll get really mad and fit right in.
Oh, one each. We can blame it on the doormat.
What's in these? They're delicious. They taste like blackberries. And strawberries. And sweet sugared kiss.
No, they taste like honeycomb lobster smothered in meringue.
Yum. They're a bit dry.
Just a bit.
I wish I had a nice fresh pot of tea to wash them down with.
It's a gangbang.
A nice Alderney beef sandwich in exchange for that.
Oh, and some of those Scotch eggs that Lynn Morris makes, they'd be lovely.
Do you know they say she smokes her own sausages? Do you know her own eggs?
Well, at least we know she can take a yolk.
You know what I really like?
Be careful.
Is a nice tasty tart
Be
and
careful.
tea.
Be careful.
Music. I wish we had the music. When I wish upon a tart, something echoes in my heart. Anything my mind desires will come to me. If the tarts are in my dreams, maybe things aren't what they seem. Would it be a king or queen who did review? Painted kind, she brings the sweet fulfillment of my secret love. Magic enters through the heart, sending echoes in my heart. Anything my mind desires will come to me.
While the tarts work their magic on Hatter and Hare, the king and the queen are both going spare. For back at the palace the news has got out, and the lackey and Alice are knocking about. Fortunes are changing, the tide's on the turn. The cause of this problem is cause for concern. The balance of power may tilt either way. Only fate can decide who will carry the day.
Silent night, holy night,
new prison is the world's most expensive drunk tank. Nobody gets out once we close the bars.
It would seem, Your Majesty, that you have signed the application form, and somebody else has filled in all the blanks for you.
What a lackey! She's behind this. We have to find them before they get the tarts. Otherwise, we might as well kiss our assets goodbye.
Notify the Cheshire Cat immediately. Have it broadcast throughout the land. We'll put a bounty on their heads.
Oh, I'm rather partial to a figure of fudge myself.
And get up the hunt for the Hatter and the Hare. If we find them before Alice does, then it matters not.
Oh, by your leave, Your Majesties, by your leave.
Yes, all right, off it.
Once the tarts are returned to us, we can wish ourselves back into power for another month.
The lunar fruit's magic is dwindling. The locals will not blindly put up with us forever. This is not Alderney.
No. But while no one has the courage to oppose us, our house of cards prevails.
And if all else fails, we still have our secret weapon.
Oh, you wouldn't. You couldn't.
All I have to do is ring this little bell, and the Jabberwocky will awaken.
Yes, but without the tart, you can't wish him back to sleep. It could do more damage than one of the Benfields. Or the planning committee.
Then you must pray that it is not so. For I would rather see this land destroyed than lose it to one brave little girl.
Oh yes, I'm a great pretender. Pretending that I'm doing well. I seem to be what I'm not, you see. I'm lonely, though no one can tell. To reel in a fish is just make-believe. Unreal is fish and his golfing buddy. Oh yes, I'm a great bartender. Robbing the tourists is such fun. I'll save my money, say goodbye, honey, and buy a place in the sun. Pretending I'm Cliff on the run.
If only the sea would be still. For I'm certain I spotted the spire of the church surviving there high on the hill. And all of us islanders huddled on deck, all peering ahead through the mire, at houses all ruined and fields all in wreck, and headlands all concrete and wire. Home, homecoming day, we've been far too long far away. Banished and scattered, we did all we could. Now we're coming back as we promised we would, to
calls him Head. But this is where we are most likely to find him.
Not the head.
Oh, no, don't call him that. Oh, he doesn't like to be called that. He gets quite flushed. And then people confuses him with my gaunt. But he will have the answers to your questions.
Such as, where have the old king and queen gone?
Easy. They're in hiding. Ask me another.
How have the new king and queen got so much power over everybody?
Give me a second. It's better if we do this face to face. If you see what I mean. That's better. Just had to stretch my legs.
They could do with it.
You must be Head.
Lovely known as Humpty Dumpty. I shake your hand. But as you can see, I don't have any.
Sorry, did you lose them?
No, I'm an egg. Have you ever seen an egg with arms?
But I've never seen an egg with legs either.
You've heard of a runny egg, haven't you?
Yes.
Well, how is an egg to run if he doesn't have any legs? I was expecting better things from you, child.
Oh, she's not from round here, Mr. Ed.
Just call me Head, I'm not a horse.
The caterpillar told me to find you. She said you'd give me some information.
And so I shall. And in answer to your first question, the old king and queen are in hiding, but they do not know where.
How could that be? Surely they know where they've hidden themselves.
They don't even know they're hiding. They've been flummoxed, you see.
No, I don't see. What does flummoxed mean?
It's a confusion charm. The new rulers possess a magic that's more powerful and alluring than a state's members' manifesto.
But what's the source of their magic?
It's in the tarts. They've got a secret ingredient. The king let it slip.
Lunar fruit. They have the power to grant wishes, but they have a shelf life.
Not much of a life, is it, for a tart on a shelf?
What wishes? They only last a month.
Like a promise from a states member. So, the old king and queen was flummoxed into handing over the kingdom. Like Alice's golf application.
Precisely. And so he wouldn't remember, the Cheshire Cat told the king a riddle that had no answer.
The raven in the writing desk.
The tarts contain a year's supply of wishes. That's why the new queen wants them back.
The hatter and the hare. They're the old king and queen, but they don't know it.
The Cheshire Cat took them to the edge of the great wood, left them to their own devices, and no one's seen them since.
I've seen them.
What?
Yeah, they're in the woods. There's a party, and there's a dormouse. He wouldn't wake up.
Old habits are hard to break. The old king and queen was always having tea parties. But a dormouse. Could it be Sir Norman?
Why do I get the feeling that I've met the new king and queen before?
It's the old new Panto effect here. They use the same weary old faces. It's the time to strike his now while their power is fading.
We have to find the atter and the air. Do you remember where you last saw her?
No, but the knave might. But he's due to be losing his head in the morning.
You need to go back to the palace, find some way to free the knave and retrieve the tarts.
I can't go back there. The queen wants my head too, and it's the only one I've got.
Don't worry, Alice. Be brave, for I will go with you. I have a dream, a song to sing, to help me go
Bring her forward.
What's this?
It's the caterpillar, Your Majesty. She was found hanging in her cell this morning.
Does this change anything?
Give it a few weeks.
We haven't got a few weeks. Off with their head.
Easier said than done. I mean, which end is it?
Well, does anyone please find out, sir? Put her on the block.
It would appear our butterfly is a knackered skipper.
Somebody get a net!
A net who?
A net to catch the butterfly with a force. Oh, never mind. Bring on the next prisoner. But this time, try and chop off the right end.
Bring forward the Knave of Hearts.
You have admitted to the charge of stealing the royal tarts. Do you have any last words before sentence is passed?
There'd hardly be last words if they came before a sentence.
Then they must come after a sentence. Off with his head.
How can I have my last words after the sentence is passed? I won't have a head.
Well, you could try taking a very deep breath just before the axe fell.
And breathe out through my arms.
Oscars, one answer. Can we just get on with it?
Last chance, Dave. Any final words?
I'd just like to say a farewell to a few friends, if that's all right.
Fine by me. Just get a move on.
I'd like to say a final farewell to my friends at the Guernsey branch of the AA. Even though some of them are the worst drivers I've ever met. But then there are the Aardvarks and St. Sampson's. There's Liz and Brian. Oh, and little Aaron.
Enough! At this rate, you'll starve to death before you get the job.
You're clearly trying to delay the inevitable. Why don't you just face it like a man?
A man? Are you blind?
Put her on the block. Hold your chopper! What is this outrage? Seize this girl immediately. I wish to speak on behalf of the knave. As said, seize her immediately.
Aha! Your power is fading. Without the tarts, nobody is compelled to abide by your wishes.
How very dare you! I am the king. I've even got a document to prove it.
This is toilet paper and you know what you can do with it. That is a legally binding document.
And we don't need magic. We have the law and Sarah Kelly on our side.
Actually, she's got a point. Sarah Kelly makes them look like Hansel and Gretel.
I challenge this document. It's a fake. You can't even spell monarchs.
Of course I can. B-O-L-L.
No. You are breaking the law. You are revolting.
Oh, that's a tad harsh. I mean, all right, the hair's a bit of a disaster, but it's nothing that can't be fixed by Michaela.
I call upon the free people of Blunderland to rise and overthrow these tin-pot despots. I have a dream where all creatures are equal, be they hatters, hares, or whacked-out purple caterpillars, talking eggs, flying pigs, or dormice. What about rabbits? Even rabbits will be in the mix.
Pixie rabbits.
All creatures will be brothers in arms and legs, and no man will be trodden underfoot, not even if he's called Matt.
Is this the Lloyd's Bank thing?
No, I'm telling you, I think it's the Hermes advert.
It's them. They're all madnesses.
Correct, but not quite so mad since we changed our diets. There's nothing quite clear there, like a tart with a heart.
The tart jokes, my dear.
You think you have won? I have more than one ace up my sleeve. I only have to ring this little bell, and the Jabberwocky will awaken and destroy you all!
You wouldn't!
You couldn't!
I can. I will. I have!
Really, my dear, use one of the tarts!
But I've hardly beaten them all!
I've forgotten I had this.
Oh! Ah! Oh, no!
Is it dead?
It must have been something we ate.
I'm afraid it was me. It was the last of the tarts which the knave gave to me. I couldn't help it.
Don't blame yourself. He would have destroyed us all.
You did the right thing, my dear. Now we can all go back to where we belong.
But I don't know where I belong. Is this my dream, or is this Alderney?
You have to decide that for yourself, Alice. Your journey is nearly finished. The story is nearly done.
But I don't know what to do.
Try pinching yourself.
But before you do, take this.
It's your hat. It belongs to you.
It belonged to the Hatter. I am a king. And you are my queen. Farewell, Alice, and thank you. 3 cheers for Alice! Hip hip! Hooray! Come on, hip hip! Hooray! Hip hip!
Poor Alice is lost in the world of her dream, where nothing and no one is quite what they seem. She teeters and balances there on the brink, afraid she will fall, afraid she will sink. Know where you are, Alice, and where you should be, where you are captive and where you are free. Find your beginning, go back to the start, follow the light, follow your heart.
Alice Hart! I do declare, you are the latest little layabout I have ever known.
Oh, Alice, it's Christmas Day, and we're all about to wake up at 4 a.m. and eat blue sweets. I do declare I feel quite shrill already.
I see you. Oh, my lovely white rabbit, Alice. Thank you so much. I shall call him Bugsy.
And I am in raptures over my beautiful twins. I shall call them Tweedledee and Tweedlebum.
Do wake up, Alice. There's food downstairs. Pork pies, Scotch eggs, and some marvellous tarts Mother has made. I had to shoot Cheshire off the table, or he would have made off with them. He really is the naughtiest cat.
And there's strawberries and cream. Mother says we mustn't spoil our appetite, but as I'm not too partial to jugged hair, I don't mind that much.
I don't think we're really having jugged hair, Edith. That was Daddy's idea of a joke. You know how mad he can be at Christmas.
Children, why my little love hearts? Oh, there you are. Oh, there's Alice, fast asleep as usual. She's not sitting in the front with us because I sent her to bed early, is she?
Why do they call it fast asleep, Daddy? Because the last thing you are when you are asleep is fast.
Why do they call the rush hour when nothing moves? I mean, our language is such a wondrous, tortuous thing.
There you are, Mr. Hart. Merry Christmas to you all, and thank you so much for my beautiful roses. Red and white, just like Santa.
That was Alice's idea. She always has such good ones.
Well, not when it comes to pyjamas, she doesn't. She really must get rid of those dormouse onesies she's always had. They're falling apart, Madge.
Well, she won't wear anything else, Mr. Hart. Will you stop calling me Madge? You know my name's Marjorie.
Sorry, you're Madge. Oh, come on, Alice, wake up. I want to thank you for my present.
What did she buy you?
Cribbage board and some playing cards. We'll have a game later.
Yes. And you must try out the new golf clubs while I cook dinner. But don't let those robes at the golf club get you drunk. And no flirting with Mrs. Cosherall.
Does Mother know you bought her a pink cucumber, Daddy?
At last. I thought she was trying to get even with us for sending her to bed early. But wait, darling, what's that you've got there?
Oh, this. I found it on the doorstep this morning. It was addressed to Alice.
I just had the most incredible dream.
Alice, it's Christmas Day, and Santa's been, and there are presents galore.
Well,
I thought this was not a bit off.
Then you were eaten by a dragon. So sorry, Mummy.
Oh, no, darling. Why don't we all get dressed? I'll get breakfast, and then later we'll have a tea party.
A tea party? How lovely.
Oh, and this came for you, darling. Merry Christmas, Alice.
To Alice, Merry Christmas